Hello, Celine here, and welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel if you've been here before. My channel, as you might know, is really about me sharing my experiences and learnings from, I suppose, dealing with different challenges in my life, particularly cancer, but lots of others, and what has helped me come through and transform my life and continue to do so every day. It has changed so much for me, so I really want to support others who may be struggling or looking for change, and I hope you find that when you take a look at my channel and my content. If you haven't already, I forget to say this sometimes, but if you do like my content, please like and subscribe. Please leave a comment. I love to get comments because that helps me as well in terms of future topics and themes and things I talk about. Usually I find it comes to me very intuitively, and that has been one of the greatest gifts for me from the last few years, and the changes that have taken place in me is that I live very intuitively. I don't know how to live any other way now. And it's wonderful, when I remember to sort of go in and feel and trust my life. And that's sort of the theme today. It came out of a conversation with a friend, and I remember saying to them, it sounds like we were talking about just a situation they had. I'm saying, it's about, really, isn't it, feeling your life, not thinking your life. And that's been the shift for me too. I used to try and think my way through my life, which I think most of us have done at some point maybe, and that's what we're conditioned to do. But really, truly living it, it's an experience. Life is an experience. You can't think your way through an experience. You feel your way through an experience, don't you? So yeah, it came to me as well in relation to pain. And when the pain gets too unbearable, particularly the emotional pain in your life, how do you deal with that? And to me, the only way is to feel it, you can't think your way through it. Now, I say that, and I say it not trying to belittle any great emotional pain that anyone is dealing with, because I have been there. And I would firstly, before, I just want to share a few tips, but what I would first say is, whatever pain you may be experiencing right now, please honor it. Please, allow it in your life if you can. Please get support and help. So I'm not saying there's any quick fix to pain, because there can be maybe, but there wasn't for me, and it's a process. So, and I'm not suggesting, you do something and snap your fingers. So I always recommend, because I needed a huge amount of support and help, but it's there to help me process some very deep-seated, long-standing pain that I didn't even know, could understand or deal with on my own. So everything I say is with that backdrop, I suppose. And what's helped me now, as I've shifted a lot of the deeper stuff, is what helps me in a practice is, when I go into something or I feel it come up, which I do more now, is to become the observer as best I can. Don't always do that, but I do my best. And one way I've found, and I've learned this from other people, even to get me into observer mode, if something comes up, let's say I have an experience this morning, get into a bit of an interaction, it brings up some old, pain or emotion that's stuck inside, and it triggers that, and I start to get lost in it. I try and remember to go, Celine is feeling angry, just by even saying my name. Celine is feeling sad. Even that starts to bring a little bit of separation from being lost in it. I'm not saying that's always possible, particularly if you're dealing with something very big, but it's a practice that I suppose I try to bring into my day-to-day life. So just some benefits from doing that, from not thinking your life. We can't think our lives. We can use our minds, and I always go back to this lovely saying that the intuitive mind is a sacred gift, and the rational mind a faithful servant. We have created a society that honors the servant and has forgotten the gift. So that's how I try to look at my mind. I look at my mind as it's a servant of the intuition and the feeling and what I'm being guided to do. Which is some of the benefits when you do that. And I'm going to share 4, I think, here very quickly. I want to keep this video a little bit shorter than a lot that I do. So the first one is you start to heal. When you feel your life, and the cliche is true, you start to heal. The more I felt, it's amazing the more the healing that has come about in my life, because I didn't feel anything for years. I was numb, I was out of my body, I was cut off. The gifts, as challenging as it can be to feel, the gifts are just beyond description, and they start to come into your life quite quickly once you start doing the work. Trust me, it really, really does make such a phenomenal difference to you. As a result of that, when you heal, so when you think of emotions as energy in motion, and the energy getting blocked or stuck from various times or maybe previous lifetimes in your life, when that starts to release, so it's a lower, energy is all frequency and it's lower, you feel yourself starting to get lighter. Your vibration, the vibration of your energy starts to get lighter. As you let go of a lot of this darker, heavier emotion. And what I found then as a result of that is I have this ability, I can tap into sort of my higher senses. My intuition has come alive as a result. It was always there, but it was so clouded, and I was in so much pain, and I was in my head. I couldn't hear or decipher. So it's a beautiful gift as well. You start to really feel who you are. You're not all the trauma, you're not all the pain, you're not all the energy that's stuck in your body. It's there, it's just part of the experience in life, but when we don't process it, it gets stuck. And I believed that was what I was, and it's not. And I want you to know that if you're struggling, you are none of that. And this is the experience of life that's being processed through you and sometimes doesn't get processed. So you really start, what I would say is I started to feel, and I do now every day, I feel my power, that sort of in the stillness, beyond all of the chatter of the mind. And my mind is greatly quietened down. I generally have quite a quiet mind, and I can feel, I feel most things through, I hope. I do my best, but then in the silence, I can really feel who I am. I feel my power, I feel my vibration, I feel my joy. It's just beyond, it's just beautiful. In the stillness, you really, really get to feel who you truly are, and there is no greater gift. And just one final word before I finish up, a few words just in terms of emotional pain as well. I've talked about it before, and I'm going to just mention it again here. My new book, Gifts from the Devastation, which I'm busily promoting at the moment, and that is my story of coming through and overcoming my own challenge with cancer, but basically with many, because cancer just was a breakdown, but it also brought up, there was a lot of other things I hadn't dealt with in my life. So they all culminated in cancer. So there was lots to process and lots to heal and lots to go through, and still ongoing. But I did an interview on an American podcast about a week or two ago, and a beautiful man. The podcast is called Grief to Growth, and the interview will be coming out soon, which I'm really looking forward to, and I will share it. But he lost his own daughter about 5 or 6 years ago, tragically. She was only 15. From what he said, it was very sudden, and a tragedy I can't comprehend. But he talked about don't waste your pain, and I thought that was another beautiful message. Everybody's pain is different, and as I said, I can't comprehend, imagine his pain. And he wasn't saying, oh, it's all wonderful now. It isn't, I don't think, for him. But what he has gone on to do is create this podcast and make, find some purpose. It's helping him process his own pain, he talked about, and his own emotional pain, but it has changed him, and in a way he's going on to do something with his pain that is helping others who are going through great pain. So it just, I just thought it was a lovely way. Don't waste your pain, because I got lost in my pain for years. And that was my journey. That was my experience. That's all fine. There's no judgment with any of this. But yeah, so I hope you feel your life. You don't think your life. It is the answer. It really is. It really is. Because once you start to heal the wounds of childhood, the wounds of who knows, the wounds, but once you start to heal them, you free yourself. So I'll leave you on that note, and thank you so much for watching. If you want to click on any of the links below, I have a free guide, 6 signs you're getting a spiritual wake-up call. As I said, there are links to my book there, Gifts from the Devastation, and there's also an audio book. So just if it is something that interests you, I narrated and recorded it myself. So take care today and for the rest of the week and whenever you're watching this, and I look forward to talking to you again soon. Okay, bye.